The breaking of the rope caused the man to fall into the deep canyon. Even though he was wearing a parachute, the woman quickly ran to the weapons vault, grabbed her gear, and without hesitation, jumped in after him. However, she didn't expect there to be a river inside the canyon. She was immediately submerged. Fortunately, she managed to cut the parachute loose just in time to surface. However, her electric ascender dropped during the struggle. Meanwhile, the man was facing danger. He had landed in the esophagus of a tree, and while he was unconscious, a strange insect began crawling toward him. Fortunately, the man sensed its presence and opened his eyes just in time. When he looked up, the creepy insect was already right in front of him. He quickly drew his gun and shot it while unbuckling the parachute. In the next second, he crashed heavily to the ground, accidentally landing on a creature, whose secretions stuck into the back. Immediately, sharp claws and teeth-like objects emerged from around him, ready to devour him. In the nick of time, the woman appeared and shot the claws off, rescuing him without hesitation. The man, deeply moved by her selfless action, suggested they find the eastern cliff and climb back using the broken rope, but as they walked, they were suddenly startled by the sound of a roar coming from the thick fog. Both of them immediately raised their guns, ready for an attack. The next moment, two strange figures emerged from the mist. They had human bodies, but with branches growing from them and long curved knives in hand. They charged at the man and woman, attacking with wild fury. Fortunately, both were seasoned fighters, and after a fierce struggle, they managed to defeat their attackers. Upon examining the soldiers' 1940s military uniforms, the man recognized them as members of a missing battalion. What was even stranger was that, despite all these years, they were still alive, and had undergone terrifying mutations. The canyon was indeed a cursed place, and it was best to leave as soon as possible, but disaster struck again, just when things couldn't get worse. The woman suddenly realized that the ascender was gone. This plunged them into despair because the canyon's depth was 500 meters. It was impossible to climb back without help. Their only option now was to follow the river downstream in search of an exit. Thus, they embarked on their exploration. Along the way, they encountered numerous mutated, deathly creatures, some unrecognizable as either human or tree. Every one of them wore a grotesque expression, as though suffering in agony that had been eternally frozen. After struggling through the terrifying forest, they finally came across a small town, shrouded in thick fog, giving it an eerie, unnatural appearance. Stealing their nerves, they entered. The giant cracks in the ground indicated that the area had once experienced a massive earthquake. Suddenly, hollow, eerie howls echoed from all directions. It was clear they couldn't stay exposed any longer, and so they ventured into a nearby